Yeah, so Toastmasters always says start with a joke. So, did you hear about the franchise sales guy who was also an attorney? He killed all his own deals. Hey, now I own you people. I read in the New Haven Register from New Haven, Connecticut, about this little sandwich chain that had some aspirations of being bigger than McDonald's. They've been around 20 years. They've cobbled up about 300, 350 units. So I figured, I wonder if they need any theoretical marketing support because I didn't have any real world experience. I went skipping over there. They interviewed me that day. They said, you want to be in franchising? Sure, what's a franchise? It's a distribution model. Here are your leads. That was your training program. Start tomorrow, start calling. Bang my thoughts. So that turned out to be Subway. So I was their second franchise development guy when I was 21. Holy great. And I took away two things from Subway that just altered me forever. About one month into the job, I was talking to franchise candidates, and they're literally pouring their hearts out. It's like, why do you want to start a business? And thinking, I was expecting they would talk to me in business terms, but they didn't. I would hear how frustrated their lives were, things that they wanted to accomplish for themselves and their families. I would hear they were so happy that I would even listen to that, and how people along their lives are shutting their dreams and their aspirations down, and they don't feel supported, they feel stopped. And what I got really early in my career was people don't really want to franchise. I felt like I was more in the business of answering prayers and I saw the franchise as almost like a marketer's dream. Delivering people their desired goals and objectives with a high degree of probability if they did business with me. I think, where am I ever going to get that as a marketer? What product is even better than that? So at 21, I decided this was all I was ever going to do. I'm not 21 anymore. Don't laugh. But 35 years later, I'm going through my 35th year in franchising. Yeah, it's all I've ever done. And I don't really have a desire to do anything else. And the reason I like working with people like Alicia, she talked about core values, one being integrity. And there's two definitions of integrity. So one is more construed with honesty. Let your words be your bond, integrity. But there's also another definition. It's kind of like the hull of a ship. If the steel in the hull of a ship doesn't have integrity, what happens? It leaks, right? So integrity also means whole, complete, without blemish. And I think that's where franchising is going. I don't see franchising today the way we're currently doing business. It's very, very good. It's the most powerful distribution model, an entrepreneurial model that was ever invented in the history of the world. But it's not whole and complete and without blemish. We all know that. But I think that's going to change. And I want to talk about, I think we're right now, out of my 35 years, I think we're moving into the most exciting era of franchising that I've ever been part of. And I kind of hope that, now that I'm on the back nine, playing the back nine of my career, that I get to see, what whole and complete and without blemish franchising looks like, and we're going to talk about that today. So the agenda, I want to talk a little bit about how we got to where we are at a high level, how franchising in itself got to where we are. I want to talk about where we are right now, and then we are right in the crux, right in the inflection point of a transformation. So I want to talk about what the transformative market forces are, internal and external right now, that's going to drive change. And then I want to get into, once the change is driven predictably, when we're through that change, through that transformation, what does that even look like? And how do I prepare my brand, if I'm a franchisor? How do I prepare my consultancy, if I'm a freelancer consultant, to actually benefit my clients and to benefit financially from those changes? How do I prepare now? And then I'll go right into Q&A. So, my goal is to talk I'm here for 45 minutes, I'll talk for 30, take questions for 15, or as long as you guys have questions, and then we'll go away. Happy? Okay. So if that works for you guys. All right, so